Hello, everyone. We're live. We are the Slippy and Thrifty Show. I am your host, Thrifty. With me today, my wonderful co-host, Matt Slipjoint Sawyer. And we have our lovely oldest man in the knife community, but looking better than ever after losing some stone,
Yes,
Mr. Paddy Potato Peeler. How you doing, Paddy?
Hello.
Below him, we have Mr. Mikey Newman.
Hello.
Oldest man on YouTube.
The smoothest man on YouTube. And then we've got our lucky little man, the leprechaun himself, Wee Judd. How you doing, sir?
All good. Take care.
All good.
Thank you.
Don't get too freaking excited over there. All right. Say something, Judd.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you alive? All right.
Oh, well, what do you mean we're not? We're not all right. I know. I'm just trying to get used to the competence that we're seeing here.
Do you mean after last Thursday's debacle?
Especially after last Thursday.
After last Thursday's 99th and 100th live, all within 30
Yeah.
seconds.
9 seconds.
We were. I mean, we broke several records there. Really.
It was the best 9 seconds though they've ever had. So that's all I need to worry about.
Yeah, we're going to try to eliminate any massive errors today, but I can't promise you. It'll happen sometimes.
Not with us three.
But today we're going to... Go ahead, Paddy. What?
You'll not. Don't be too confident with us three on board. There'll be mistakes.
Well, we'll try to not run the show in a way that makes it look like Paddy and Pals. That's all.
Wise.
Very wise move, that. Yeah.
Good advice? Okay. All right. So we're going to take a look at a wheel today, and we're going to have the Wheel of Troll as our main question asker. Okay. But we want you guys to be involved. There's going to be some instances where we might ask you, the peanut gallery, aka the talk box, some questions. But before we get into our knife news, Matt, would you please do the honor of reading off the attendance list? Who is in the chat?
We have Chedek, Blue Collar Pocket Knives, James Alton, Peter Tiffany, Stuart McRae. I have my glasses on. Alexis, Mrs. Naked Sean, Chief Kickerbitch of the Slapperho tribe. I love that name. It's fantastic. Griff is here as well. Eric Starr, Baxter's Blades, Joseph McDonald, Nigel Loftus. Going down, Baldy's Blades, some Degum has turned up. Mrs. C. Addicted to Blades 2 is here. Midnight Crisis is here as well. And if I've missed anyone, I'm very sorry. Kathleen Smith, there. I think I have everyone.
All right. So we do have a moderator in the room, correct?
We do.
I don't see Holden today. Where's Ambulance?
We have. I'm not sure, but we have Check.
Okay.
Sack Club has just turned up.
If you've got Check, then everything's fine then.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Yep. The man with the mostest when it comes to Lincolns.
The man with the best moustache I've ever seen.
Yes. Would you like to ride that handlebars?
No.
All the way around Amsterdam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bicycle man with the handlebar mustache. Makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
Did you know the Dutch invented everything as well?
Yeah.
Including sexy moustaches.
Did they invent the bicycle?
They actually invented themselves.
No? Okay. All right. So on the knife news, we got quite a large knife news. We had a lot going on at SHOT Show this past weekend. So let's take a look at... Oh, do you guys want to do the sound effect or you want me to? Which is going to be?
Maybe go with your one.
Don't let us bring you down, for God's sake. No,
Ours has got a painting on it, so if you use it, you're going to have to pay us.
Ours is recorded.
Okay.
Would you believe that?
Well, the Slippy and Thrifty show has acquired Paddy and Pals. So we are the owners.
It was an aggressive takeover. We had no say.
Yeah, can we
Right.
have you? Yes, please.
Yeah.
So- but you've overpaid.
I think we
Can I
might have.
celebrate? Can I celebrate?
After last week, I'm definitely reconsidering a sell.
Can I just celebrate that a minute? That we're under new ownership.
Yeah.
The king is
So,
dead. Long live the king.
yeah.
I want.
All right.
this
So, what do you
to-
think of this, Judd? We've got a new case, 2025 vault pattern.
Oh, I saw
Now?
this one. Jesus Christ!
Terrible.
That's one of the ugliest. That's almost as ugly as Mike's
Oh,
landscape. It really
I
is.
want one.
You do.
Why do you want one?
Absolutely.
Do you know how big? Do you know it's 2 3/4? Wait, it's not even
No,
3
it's-
inches closed.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
2
care.
7/8.
That's a cocktail stir and a knife. What more can you want?
Okay.
That's
You
a
don't drink
coke snorter.
cocktails.
It's a coke
Yeah.
snorter.
I mean, ice cream and jelly you can stir with. It doesn't have to be drink. I love
Why-
that.
You're in ice cream and jelly together.
Ice cream and jelly.
Yeah, beautiful.
He can't have jelly and ice cream. He's on a diet and he's not allowed like any more parties. He's a party
Yeah.
animal.
There we go.
I-
So no Ronald McDonald party for you. The knife's
No.
rubbish. That's next.
Hmm.
I genuinely love it. I love it when they put a stir on a doctor's knife. To me, that's the perfect doctor's knife.
It's very small though. Very
Yeah.
small.
Not
I
all
think
doctors
you
are.
just.
Not
I
all
think you
doctors
just-
are big. Even judge size can get into the medical world.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
quite a,
Only as bacteria.
Mike McLaughlin has said he's been told that 2 7/8 is plenty.
Yeah, keep quiet, big boy.
All right. So also we've got some new designs coming out from Shot Show. We got this light blue synthetic. They've
Is
got
it
7
carbon
pads.
steel?
Don't think it is, man. I don't think it is.
Let
But
down.
you do have 7 patterns to choose from. What is it? The canoe, a couple of different size trappers. It's like a
Copper
copper
lock.
head or copper lock.
Medium stockman and a serpentine stockman, is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty
Is
small
it-
on my screen. But
Is it CV or is it SS?
It looks like SS.
I'm not sure, but I think SS, Steven. Yeah. All right, and then next we've got this new Indian paintbrush bone.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Barlow in that. That might have to come home with me.
It's quite nice. It's a nice tune.
The Barlow's interesting. That intrigues me.
Oh, yeah,
It's
the
got
bar.
a bolster stamp.
Oh, no, that interests me.
Is
There
it
we
a single
go.
blade or a double blade Barlow?
Double blade.
Double.
Yeah, double blade Barlow.
I can live with that for a bolster stamp and no shield.
Yeah, I can. That'll go in my collection.
All right. So that'll be coming soon. Also
Oh, I like that more.
what is that? The honeycomb?
Honeycomb.
Honeycomb.
Yeah,
Likely
it's-
there's a soddy in that. You'll have to have that.
I'll have to have a honey soddy. Yeah, is there a Barlow as well?
No, there's a copper
No
lock,
Barlow.
which I'm going to have to make my
There's a-
first
Oh.
copper lock.
Well, a
Copper
couple lot and a soddy I can see coming home.
The Saudi. This might be on my radar.
Saudis
So
nice.
yeah. Some
Copper
new
lock
color.
would definitely be mine.
There you go. That's a good one.
Mikey.
And the white bone.
Oh.
This is kind of a furthering of what was already released. So we've got the sow belly, then a single blade trapper, and what a muskrat.
A single blade trapper.
TK, can I interrupt just there?
Sure.
Just while we're when we can still remember it. That sound that Matt was sort of came out with just about 30 seconds ago. I was out for a pint with my friends last night, and one of them is a subscriber to the Thursday Live, right? And he was saying he puts it on Friday when he's working and he listens to it in the background. Now, I mean, first of all, I keep on saying to him, you got to get a life. But the other thing was that one of the things that he keeps on hearing every now and again, because he keeps it on his background, is every time we show a good looking knife. So I'm really starting to worry because I'm noticing these things now, and I
It's a Homer Simpson.
there might be something wrong with that.
Yeah, the groans associated with the things we like is a little It's a little weird. We may need to cut back on that.
So that
100%.
sow belly looks like it's going to be one I'm going to want.
Right.
I'm not into the white bone, I have to say, that much. I don't mind one or two, but
Do you prefer black bone instead?
no, I don't like black bone either, to be honest.
Yeah.
So what colour bone do you like? There's only white and black.
Well, you see, I like blue-dyed bone. I think that's beautiful.
I don't think
Huh.
he's cottoned on to what I'm trying to do.
I think that
No.
might
I am.
be alien. Alien.
I
to what
am,
we
but I'm
are.
just letting it go because it's not my show.
If you've been abducted by aliens.
I think so.
Okay.
You like the t-shirt?
I do
What do you
like
say?
your t-shirt. Let's see that.
Morning, Mace.
Morning. May spontaneously start talking about knives. Yep. I've been known to do that.
Yeah.
But may get the names wrong and the brands and the wood.
Oh, Stephen,
Right.
this is rosewood, just so you know.
Yeah, they've only got your opinion. That looks black to me.
So new buck knife news. We've got import slip joints and new colorway options. We've got the Grenadillo. Let's go with the Spanish pronunciation. Grenadillo with brass bolsters.
Need
Lovely, because if you can see there, it actually has a brass shield and the brass bolsters as an option.
both sides.
Really nice. And then they've added the ebony, and they put the Taylor's guitar ebony on these 301s and 303s. So
Move
that
along.
would be a nice.
Have they put the ebony on the Chinese range or the American range?
Exactly.
No, they're US. They're not import, are they?
Oh, they're import, I believe.
Yeah.
The 301 and 303. Oh, are they? Maybe they are.
No, 301.
Yeah, I made a mistake there. I think you're right about that. That's the USA.
No, it's spreading. You've called it from like Paddy now, haven't you?
I screwed up.
You paddied the live.
I was
You've
thinking
padded it.
307.
We've all been padded.
What's the other
We
one?
got 12 minutes in and we ruined it.
Yeah, 307 was the import one, right? And what was the other smaller?
No, 373 and the 371.
Oh, 373. That's it. Duh. Okay, there we go. So my mistake. That's the 301 and the 303. Those are USA made. So forget that import garbage on the screen there. All right, and same thing with these. They've got
Oh, I like the blue.
the composite handles on these with gray, blue, and also have black, which they didn't have to show. So they'll be gray, blue, and black. So some new flair from the USA slip joints from Buck. All right. So do you want to do the RCB Trapper giveaway, Matt?
Yeah, we can do that now.
Okay, let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
Okay, I need to share the thing so we can all see that I'm not just picking some random comment.
Random comment.
I have the video link in filtered by the answer, which was Matt. This will be for the Rosecraft Trapper. Free. I'm not sure he's in the chat or not yet, but I'm sure I have his contact. So you've won yourself the Rosecraft Trapper and Slip.
Very congratulations, Burfree.
Lucky man, that's a beautiful knife.
Excellent.
Yeah, so just kind of reiterate, this was a giveaway that Matt had set up from one of his videos commenting. So if you missed out on that, well, you missed out on that. You had to know.
You have to be in the know to know.
Yep.
So free, if you're in here. If not, I will get in touch with you.
Matt, what do you think of that? I personally, I believe that's the nicest edition of a Trapper in years in the production side.
I'm trying to say it without sounding like I'm being a shill, but I don't like the Trapper. But it's D2 steel and the spilly blade isn't horrendous.
No, I think it is super. The main blade is lovely. The spade blade is really useful. Love it. And
the clip blade actually looks like the same from the Cane Creek, just larger, which is what I really like about it.
You know, of the Trappers I had, I was doing a video on it, and the only one I thought that could come near to it in blade choice was a bloody the high-end Tony Bowes custom. It was the only one in my collection that could put two blades up that were anywhere near equal to it. Like, that's a $300 knife. It was just, unbelievable. I think it's fantastic.
As trappers go, it's very nice.
Can I just show a comment from Cherrick and just his greatness right here? It says, give the guy with the pull strength of one a look soon. Gonna make a YouTube video about his plastic Victorinox. Yep.
And the pull
100%
strength
will.
of one. I wonder who that could be. Who's got a really bad pull?
MBEDC. Just so you guys know, the one and only Thrifty Kniffy is going to make an appearance on that show at 3:30 Central Time, 9:30.
I can miss this one then.
Would you like to plug this show? Let's plug the show.
Okay.
What show? MBEDC.
That's
MB
correct.
Wasteland Survival Guide.
All
That's
right. That's I didn't realize. I thought there were two different ones, but that's MBEDC as a YouTube channel.
Correct.
Yes, and he's also a man with a weak pull.
And can you subscribe to it?
You could.
Please.
By going to that link.
You may not wish to though, but you can if you want to. It's not been recommended.
You can always.
Well, I suppose they do say that any publicity is good publicity, but I mean, my God, we're friends like you lot, and Mark doesn't need it.
You don't want to be publicised by us because we will be in jail very soon.
Especially in March,
Texas
multiple
jail.
times. We may go in and get out and go back in again before you get to leave. All right, guys. So how are you ready for the troll? The trolley wheel is ready for you. So how this is going to work, we're going to spin, and it will pick a random question. We're just going to start from top to bottom. How about that? I'll be the first. Matt will be second. Paddy third. Mikey fourth. And the spinning leprechaun down there will be last. All right, here we go. Question number 1. Let me get over to the wheel so I can actually do that. All right, here we go.
Paddy, Mikey, you paying attention? This is how it's done.
Oh, look at that. Straight away. We're taking a question from the talk box. So the first person to ask a question, we will answer it. So type your question in now.
And I'll bring it up.
Yes. Type your question in now. I'll be happy to answer it for you.
Who has the largest? And we can't ask that. Who has the perkiest nips?
Oh, only ones I've seen are Matthew.
Oh, I don't know. It's that a Paddy. It's that a Paddy and Slippy.
Right. Okay. So this is the first one. Yeah.
What's
best freebie?
The best freebie. Best freebie. Huh.
That's a good
Best
question.
freebie. Best freebie for me was probably the sharpener. Yeah, the T-Prof sharpener that I got.
That thing was awesome.
I think it was awesome. I'll go with that.
Yeah, really. That's a fantastic choice.
What you got, Matt?
What my best freebie?
Yeah.
Rosecraft.
Rosecraft plates. There you go.
Yeah.
You, Paddy? What you got?
Best freebie. Limit hell, I should have thought about this. Except that I'm trying to think what Do you know, I think that my best freebie is probably one of two knives, and it was the old Ganzos, and these were done for me by YouTubers, and they modded them for me and put the PPP on it.
It's a good one.
I just think
yeah.
for somebody to take the time, and I got another one here, which is equally as nice. Where is it? No, it's gone. It's up here.
While he's looking for that, I just wanted to mention that Chris said his best freebie was from Slippy's mom.
She's a very nice lady. I spoke to her earlier today.
Look at the time somebody spent putting blooming. I just think that was
Shamrocks,
fantastic.
yeah.
So yeah, they
Shamrock.
were probably two of my favorite freebies.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Mr. We Judd? Is that a Jackwolf?
A jump wolf knife.
First best always.
How did you get that to be a freebie?
Well, it was when Stephen was shilling for Ben, so shilling, representing, and this was one that he gave me after we started the videos together, which was just the most amazing thing, and it will be always. It's one of my favorite knives of all time, and it will always be in my collection. It's just an amazing knife.
Okay.
And one of the rare Mike Carter ones.
Oh, my heart's gone all warm.
Oh,
I feel like
say something mean, Judd. Say something mean. Level it out.
I'm going to show Stephen how I really feel. If you give me a second here we go, Stephen. Just for you.
Oh, there'll be tears now before the end of this show.
What about my one then? What about my favorite freebie?
Oh, I skipped you, didn't I? Sorry, brother. Sorry about that.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Settle down, Mikey. Settle down. It's not all about you.
Sorry, John. I apologise.
Sorry about that, Mikey.
Yeah, mine is this GEC 49 that I got from Judd. This was like sent to me just to check it out, just to see if I wanted to buy one, and he let me keep it. I just didn't send it back, but yeah. I thought that provided
you his long sword, huh? All right.
That was Well, he said it was too big for him.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, no, this was this means like the world to me. So yeah, this little GEC for me.
Awesome. All right. So our next question is, what existing knife shield is the most perverse? The Cloud, the Danglers, or the Booty Plug? We'll start with you, Stephen.
Oh, right. Well, I think I'm going to have to go with a butt plug. It's one of my favorite shields. I have to say, I do love the butt plug. I'm trying to see if I've got one here to hand.
There's a quote for you next week, Judd. I do love the butt plug. Paddy 25.
Yes. No, that's the Danglers. I do like the Danglers, I have to say, but the butt plug. Oh, God. Come on, Stephen. Where are they?
You're looking in the wrong place, Stephen.
He's looking for his Danglers.
I'm all excited and I can't get my
look between your legs.
Why are you looking to the left? There we go. Ah, yeah. That's a perfect example of one. Yep.
Perfect example. But I can show you my Danglers if you want to.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Here's the droopy Danglers. I think these should nearly be made illegal, to be honest with you, because once you've seen it, you can't see it.
Right.
Yeah. All you have to do is cover up the top part of the shield, and then that's it, done.
No, that's knobby knob. Knobby knob and the Danglers. Knobby knob and the Danglers. Well, age does funny things to your equipment.
Oh dear God! Yeah. I honestly thought that we couldn't get any lower, but apparently we can.
Yeah.
This is probably the greatest team ever put together in the history of knife world.
I know. Yeah. It's like Ocean's 11, but only with
5 of us.
Perverts. I don't know what.
It's like Mikey, 2 lakes, a pond, and a puddle.
You know, Mikey, that saying is just for you, me, and Justin. They don't think the same thing.
Really?
Oh. All right, let's have another spin of the wheel. What do we have this time? Yeah, this is an interesting topic, I thought. How do you manage the quantity of your knives in your collection? Well, maybe it's a little more basic than I would have considered when I first wrote the question, but, well, you sell them.
Yeah.
And
that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little more challenging because it's like, you have a reason you bought the knife to begin with. It's hard to just pare them down, but maybe you get a little more focused with your collection, so you have to be a little more reasonable. No one needs 600 knives.
Sure,
Mikey.
That kind of attitude will not get you on my Christmas list.
All right, so what do you say, Mr. Matt? What do you say about managing your collection?
I've been trying. to move things on, trade, swap, all that sort of stuff. But I've got to a point where my knives are in little sub collections. So if I move one on, the sub collection's ruined. So I'm kind
So
of
then you
stuck.
just sell all of the sub collection at
Then I
that
have
point?
to
or
sell.
what?
Then I have to sell the sub collection if I like it that much.
Very clever, Matthew. Very, very clever. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
become hard. I counted my knives the other day and I was at 300 and something, 360, I think. I know which ones I want to move on. I could probably get down to 300, but I don't think I can do any less than that.
It gets
Is that just
harder
getting
the
rid of
lower
the
you get.
duplicates?
Yeah.
It gets incredibly difficult.
All right, you
I
got
guess
anything to
envy
add
is
to
the
that?
best excuse for not selling knives.
Anything to add, Mikey?
Mm.
Because you just passed on some knives. You just got
I
rid of
have
like
sold. I've sold
yeah.
8 knives. Eight or 10. 10 knives.
Yeah.
I have sold this very weekend. Now I've yet to take them to the post office, but I'm sure I can talk myself into doing that.
All right.
Coming soon after payday, it will no longer be a Slippy sale in Discord. It will be a Baldy sale.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I am looking. I did do a can. I will not release the figure of that can yet, but
650.
but it was a little bit. It was a little bit of an eye opener. So there will be a few leaving. Yes.
All right. What say you, Judd?
Selling's always a thing. Giving away is another thing as well. Because it's nice to gift stuff to the friends and then also the losers like you lot. So it's that kind of thing. Was that too harsh, Mike? Was that harsh?
No, perfectly reasonable. I gave an 84mm to a loser the other day.
Yeah, but we don't want to know about your love life. What I also do is I tend to move knives that I want to move on into a holding thing. So
Yeah,
okay.
that's exactly what I've got. I've got that a literal case exactly like that behind me with the "you're going to go soon" pile.
yeah, it's you're out for adoption kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll have to say I've got exactly the same thing for mine.
Just one.
What was it? Show it again. Show again, Paddy.
Oh, no, you want to see it? Oh yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, good single. It can hold 2 knives at a push.
All right.
Or a battery pack.
So our next question we got is: you have $300 to spend on just one knife. What do you buy?
Boy. I have an answer.
I genuinely have an answer and a reason for the answer. Okay. I started this year and last year setting myself goals for the year, and they're not hard goals to achieve, but they are something you might have to work towards. So this year and last year, I set myself a goal that I want to buy a custom knife from 2 new knife makers to me, but they have to be UK knife makers. And I've already bought one. Sorry?
Rock.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I bought this one from Self-Made Knives already this year. So I'm down. I've got one already bought. It's a new maker to me. And then I've to search now for the next one that I want to buy. And that's it's a better way of doing it. So if I got £300, I would automatically go and look for a British maker, buy a knife.
Okay.
What about a power bank? Sean wants to know.
My wife won't let me. My wife just refuses blankly, and she's so good to me on everything in life. I can't go against her. I just can't until she says, yeah. Well, she said today, if Mikey and Justin tell her that I deserve a bank, she'll let me have one.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, old man.
No, never going to happen. I'll never get a power bank. Nobody cares.
No,
correct. That is also correct. Yeah, no one wants you to have a power bank. Why is it useful?
But this was bought with the money that I got from my birthday gift. So that's exactly what I do when I get money in a on a lump sum. This was my birthday knife from the crew. I know, John, you were involved as well, but from the sanitarium, they all clubbed together, and I can't thank them enough. This knife will never go anywhere. And that's
Excellent.
the joy, because I don't say that very often, because I trade knives willy-nilly.
And would you have said that about a power bank?
Oh,
No.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No. We are so glad that you bought a knife. We really are.
Yeah, no, I am too. But yeah, it's funny though, when somebody gives you a lump of money, or you get a lump of money from somewhere that's not accountable for anything else, I find it really difficult to buy a knife with it.
No. I ring Jane or tell Mikey to go to the famous Sheffield shop.
Yeah, I just find it really difficult, because I want it to be a knife I'm going to keep forever.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. So, Matt, do you have any specific knife in mind?
There's one very nice stockman at the famous Sheffield shop that I'm going to get with that money would cover it and more. But I'm going to go with Stephen and really nice custom. Like I'd want to maybe ask you to do something really extravagant and out there. Like I know he's got some, what is it? Not buffalo horn. What's that horn we saw when we were there, Mike? You know the black one.
Oh, it's from that one. Oh, I can't think of the name of it.
It's like one of the deer in Africa. I cannot remember what it's
Africa,
called.
it's like the really dark, thin
Dark
horn,
horn, and it's like ribbed.
yeah.
Antelope, not antelope, is it? Maybe
Some
something
kind
like
of
that.
it's some kind of antelope. I think.
Is it ibex?
It might be.
That,
Might be.
yeah.
It's got like a
But
spiral
something
all the way
really
up.
crazy. That's it, yeah. Something like that on a stockman, or like a really, just something really out there. Or even one of the other custom makers in the UK. Gunstock Rogers 245.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer a custom,
option.
but that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Paddy actually has that one, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Judd, you got anything directly in mind? No.
It's funny because when you said it, the first thing that came to mind is a pattern I would really like to spend money on, and custom would be nice. Would be a Dino pattern. I love a Dino pattern like Stevens. I'd love to get someone like Shing to make me one in Magna Cut and with some nice jig bone handle or something like that, or even a sweet wood. But it's the Dino pattern definitely. The thing about it is, if you go for some of the Dino patterns, say £300 wouldn't touch it. So
right, that might not be enough, huh? Yeah,
be a nice contribution towards. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely something like that. But I have to say, lately, I mean, even though I've gone down the rabbit hole of customs and expensive knives, I'm sort of coming back more and more to better value knives. It's bizarre, but
yeah, and Paddy's kind of doing the same, right? A little bit.
I'd almost
Rough Rider.
rather get four knives for 300 than one special one.
Yeah. Well, that was why I asked the question the way I did, because it makes it a little more challenging, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you could end up selling the knife after you've bought it and you get whatever you could for it, then buy 4 knives. So you're breaking the rules, Judge. You're breaking the rules.
Sorry, that's me, the rule breaker, the Reb.
All right. So our next question.
We haven't asked Mikey. Keep on asking, missing Mikey.
Forgetting about the egg again.
So I feel.
What did you want, Mikey? Did you have something in mind?
It's a great amount to be able to spend on a knife, but there's a lot of the knives that I would like that would probably cost more. So I think I might be scouring eBay to try and find one of those Bearhead 110s that just came out.
Ooh, yeah.
The one that
like Andrew
got. Yeah, that's one hell of a 110, and I think if they were like $160, they might be on eBay now, probably for about 300. So I'd probably go for something like that.
You'd probably get. Yeah, I think you could get it for 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd really like them to do a 112 of that. I'd be all over that.
This one's for Judd. What is your most carried Victorinox model?
Woodsman. No.
Woodsman. Wow.
Nope,
oh, it's the fancy dancy, isn't it?
The director. It's always just sits in this. So most carried.
Is that the one with the special scales, right?
Yeah, it's an executive with stainless steel scales.
Can we get a close up view of that? Yeah.
They're,
Okay, so just
they're
a
engine
smooth,
burned, aren't they?
smooth.
They're not actually smooth. They're it's according to
Engine-
Sadie, it's gridded, but you can't really see it. It's got
Yeah,
a
you
sort
can
of,
Like
see it.
rust.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the one that's always in my wallet, always carried. And it's funny because I've only just changed it from the jet setter, so it's I change it up a wee bit every now and again, but not very often. But that one keeps on coming back in.
All right. Nice one.
A
I
couple
like
of
that
answers
choice.
from the chat box. Alexis says Pioneer. Griff says
Pioneer X,
Climber.
Climber,
Farmer.
Farmer,
Super Tinker.
Super Tinker is my most carried right now.
Manager.
Manager.
So there's a load of decent ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too
What
many
did
to pick
MB
from.
say? Did MB have a? Did
Oh, it's
MB
Midnight
have a?
Manager. It's MB. It's Midnight Manager.
Ah, right. Okay.
we know he carries his Midnight Manager.
It's a good choice.
What is your favorite sub collection?
Damn it.
Sub collection. Well, that's easy for me. That's the sow belly trapper. I'm sorry, sow. What the hell am I saying? The sow bellies from Rough Rider. The 50 not actually on its way. Number 60. They just released another, so it's on its way. But the 60 sow belly Rough Rider collection is my favorite sub collection. All right, what you got, Matt?
Mine is the Old Timers, the USA Old Timers Saw Cut Delvin ones. That's my sort of obsession currently. I want to get the full set. Like I've got loads of the sub collections I love, like 91mm Victorinox, love that. I can't help that. Once I see one, I have to buy it. Doesn't
All
matter
right,
the
Mikey,
condition, don't care. Just have to buy it.
Make sure you get your time this time.
I would say Sodbusters of any brand, really. Case, Roadcraft, Ashley Harrison's, Imperials. Yeah, Soddies for me.
Yeah. Andrew has a funny question here. 60 is a sub collection. Well, it is in this instance. I know it's a bit extreme, but
a bit
extreme sub collection.
Sub collection is 5 knives or more.
There you go.
That's
No,
the
it's
law.
No, it's not.
It is.
It is any group of more than 2 knives. That's my law. Stick it up your butt plug. No.
Stop that! Like the infighting, we're making our channel look better than it is. I mean, worse.
All right, so Paddy, what is your sub collection?
I think mine would have to be GEC. I do love my GECs.
So just as a brand, then. Okay.
But especially the 15 pattern would be my favorite. Just everyday usable show knife. I just love them.
Okay.
Yeah, recently got the 15. I think it's a fantastic size.
Just perfect for every day. And it's not a knife that's going to scare anybody. It looks like something your grandfather's going to have. And I think that's the soul that's in the GEC, that it takes a long time to build up that sort of, that's not something that comes overnight. You know what I mean? I just think that's, you know, I have lots of knives that cost much more, but yet my GECs are the ones that I've never let go of. From I got the first one out, that the love for them has never gone away.
Yeah. All right, Judd, what do you got? What would your favorite sub be?
Has to be my Ashleys. Has to be.
Ashleys.
Yeah, they're the ones that just keep on getting every time a new Ashley comes across the radar, just gets me going. There's nothing like it.
That's a good one.
I can't describe why Ashleys are so good. Like they're made really well, but it's just something about them that makes them so attractive.
They can all be used for work. They're all solid, well-made knives, simply made for working.
Yeah, no, but that's not the whole story, Stephen. I think that's what Matt means. There's just something that's part of it, definitely. But it's, I don't know. There's just something. I don't know. Maybe it's just the old romantic in me. I just think they're special. They're lovely.
I think it's the soul. We know where they're coming from. They know where they work.
Ah.
You know so much, and that's the soul of a knife.
I think that's a big part of it as well, Stephen. Yeah, definitely.
It makes it even better when you meet the person that makes them as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, when you have a personal relationship with the guy that's
Yeah.
actually doing them, that's pretty good. All right, so our next question is: what is the knife that you doesn't really fit your collection, but you do own or you want to own?
God.
Mine is probably something that's more modern, right? I would say probably
I've got mine here.
yeah, that's a tough one for me. That's probably
We'll go and have a look. That's a good
something
question.
like the Mini Adamas. That's really not a knife that I would
Oh,
probably
but a
use all that
beautiful
much,
knife.
but it's an awesome piece, you know? Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
my choice, the Mini Adamas from Benchmade. What you got, Matt?
The CJRB Pyrite Bowie brass and rosewood.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That's
Because
a
it's
great
super
knife.
modern. It's super modern, but it has the traditional touch.
Right.
That basically
Yeah.
any modern knife, really, for me. Anything that I have that are modern. So I've got Dragonfly is another one that doesn't really fit in because it's modern, and the PM3 that Mikey gifted to me.
That was so nice when I gave it to you.
Yeah, it doesn't look that great now. It's you can't really see it, but it's probably for a good thing you can't see it.
Mikey is very
Mine,
protective of his knives.
Judd looks like he's having a pee in the corner.
Yeah, it does. What are you doing over there?
He's
Matt?
been-
all the
he's been
time?
put
This
in
is
the corner.
mine.
Oh, not the cabbage chopper.
Shall we
It doesn't
look at
really.
okay,
Look
so
at my
show
art.
that again, Louis.
It doesn't fit into
Oh, okay.
anybody's collection, but I kind of had it so long and it's brought us so much joy that I just can't get rid of it now.
I really want to see that in Judd's hands. So when they come
Can
over,
you flip that open
you
one
need
more
to bring
time?
that and
I
give it
want
to
to
him.
see. I
So
want to
there's the
feel
flipper, yeah?
Mark
Can you see the
jump
flipper?
out of his.
And it's just,
Is there a pocket clip for it?
I took it off because it was a hot spot. I took the
I want
pocket
to. When Judd comes over, you have to give that to him. I want to see it, and I want to share it with everybody.
The pocket
I want to
clip
see
was
him
about
wield it on his
3
back,
inches long.
and then pull it over like it's a long.
No, it clips on there.
Mikey, I think there's another knife that you should show that is also shouldn't be in your collection.
Oh yeah, but the question said it shouldn't be in there, but you kind of want it.
Okay, do you still want the knife?
No.
Good, excellent.
Okay.
We've made
Well, then
progress.
that moving on then. All right, Judd, what do you got?
I got nothing. I mean, I was just looking there. There's nothing in there that doesn't really belong. Everything's got its place, I suppose.
Oh,
Anything that doesn't belong, I'm going to move on. So,
aren't you? Well, good for you. No waste.
yep.
All right, Paddy, what you got?
My this is the one that baffles people why I like it so much, but this is my Chris Reeves Sabenza 31 in Magna Cut. I adore this knife. It's a fantastic usable knife. It's just, I love the action on it. I love the history behind it. Just a super knife. I just love it for an all-round knife. Quite boring and bland compared to the modern knives, but it's still just a pattern I love.
Yeah, Mikey let me have a go at that when you came over for the Sharp Show last year.
Yeah.
I couldn't get on with it. I don't know what it was about it. It just, you see a knife and it just doesn't do it
Yeah.
for you.
Yep. It's definitely not a knife that I picked for looks, and that's for sure. As a work knife, it's just amazing.
All right. So here's a
Bury,
fun one.
carry, or marry.
Bury, carry, or marry the following: Naked Sean's tin shelf, MB's A-Locks collection, or Chris's AR-15 rifle. Which do you bury?
I
Which
already know
do
my
you
answer.
carry? Which do you marry? All right. Go, Matt.
Okay. I'm gonna bury MB's A-Locks collection because I only like the Pioneer X Colours of the Year. I'm gonna marry Naked Sean's tins, and I'm gonna carry Chris's AR-15.
Okay.
Good choices.
That's pretty solid logic there, I think. All right. What about you, Paddy?
I'm going to shoot NBC's ALUX collection with Chris's AR-15 and then bury it. And I'm going to carry Naked Sean's tin.
Imagine
Yeah.
carrying all those tins.
Yeah, that's a lot. You better have a box with you. Big box.
I'll take it.
All right, Mikey. What you gonna do, Mikey?
I am going to carry the AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with Chris's permission, of course.
Right.
I'm going to have to marry. I'm going to marry Sean.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to bury
Tin.
Mark somewhere.
Okay. All right, good.
I'm going to marry Chris's AR-15 because
Ooh.
every Marine knows that the rifle is their woman. Apparently, I've only seen Full Metal Jacket or whatever it was. I can't remember which one it was. I am going to bury MBEDC's Alex collection because it's not as good as mine. So who needs it?
Mhm.
And I'm
Very
going to
talented.
carry Naked Sean's tin shelf.
Okay. So we're all pretty consistent on that one.
Although I have to say that I mean I the reference to Naked Sean tin shelf I really don't get.
Also, his
I just
background
think-
on when he's
I
on
think
camera,
it's
he has
just,
loads of gold boxes.
Yeah, it's fascinating. You need to get on Discord more so you can see more of it. So we
No,
welcome you
I
to
don't.
join us more often. You snob, get on there.
Oh no! I lurk enough in the background, TK, to know that I don't want to be involved.
All right. What's the ideal size handle length for an EDC slip joint?
3 3/4.
I'm going to second that.
Millimeters?
Yeah. 3
Okay.
3/4 for me.
Paddy. Okay.
3 3/4 for me.
All right, Mikey. What you say?
I'd say 4-inch, but 3 3/4 works.
What do you think,
Well, I've
Judd?
got to go 3.5 because I've got wee princess hands, haven't I?
Okay, Princess. All right.
I also have princess hands, but between 3.5 and 3 3/4 is ideal for me. It's perfect.
All right. Next up, if you had to choose wood or bone, which one would you want in the end?
In the end of what?
Yes.
In the end of the decision. Stop trying to make it dirty, Mikey.
He just says in the end. It's just like very, I don't know.
Open-ended?
Apparently not. No.
If you had to choose wood or bone, which one would you want your swell end?
I'm gonna go with wood over bone.
Wood.
I've had enough Ashleys now and some really nice burl, and I think I've just become obsessed with different woods. In the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like getting wood in the end.
Yeah.
If it was well jigged bone, I would definitely choose it. But wood would definitely be. If it's not jigged bone, then it would be wood.
Yeah.
I suppose it's any bone that you
ago.
want it to be. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have said that a year ago.
I'd go wood.
I've transitioned to wood.
Yeah,
you
I
think,
think
Ed?
a year ago I would have said bone a year ago as well. I think.
I need more bone in my life.
Mhm.
Well,
So
I'll give you some. Will you take it in 3 3/4 inch
Sections.
3.5, Stephen, 3.5.
sections over a 6-month period?
That'll be lovely. Thank you very much. Your missus, that deserves
Protective lubricant is available.
celebration.
What mainstream brand makes the best fixed blade knives? What say you, Matt?
Ooh. Oh.
Fuck.
Say
I'll
that
second
again,
that.
out loud.
What mainstream brand makes the best fixed blades?
What did you say?
Buck.
Right.
What say you, Paddy?
What says I, Paddy?
Mainstream brand.
I suppose I have to go with what I've sort of got and what I appreciate. It would have to be LT, right?
I might even say if you consider Bark River,
Yeah, yeah.
that would be
Is that?
another
I
choice.
suppose it's a mainstream, but it's a.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
teetering on. Yeah, it's
All
teetering
right,
on what's
okay.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I I don't have enough experience with fixed blades. The LT rates, I love them, but other than the Bark River, I love.
Yeah.
But I don't have that much experience with them. Probably Mora.
I would go with more, Stephen, to be honest.
That's what Alexis is saying. Can't beat them more.
Just in
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Mora.
terms of what I know.
I know. Yeah,
Toad
I know
says-
more about. I know
Toad
more
says
about
Essie.
Mora.
I'm going to go with the
Yeah.
K-Bar Becker series.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
they're a great
great
knife.
choice. Good job, Mikey. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's a great choice. And Essie is a brand I've never
Yeah.
had, but I'd love to try one out.
I've never had any either.
It's
Okay.
something I'm getting into. The boys have made me get into it this year, and I'm actually enjoying getting fixed blades. I've got a lot of sort of neck knives now that I never had, and I'm enjoying the neck knife market. It's just fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got a little minimalist that I need to review yet that was sent to me by North Star, and that thing's great. Just a little,
yeah. I have to say, I'm
2
enjoying
1/4 inch
mine.
blade. Yeah.
Moras
Fantastic.
are like hard to beat though, aren't they? Because they are very mainstream, very cheap, available everywhere.
And they just work.
There's 8 million different variants to choose from.
It's the Rough Rider of fixed blades. It's the gateway to
literally is.
fixed blade.
It literally is, yeah.
A K-bar is a good choice.
What's a knife you own that you would be willing to buy a second copy of?
Sage 5.
Sage 5. Okay.
Spider Go Sage 5.
All right.
In a heartbeat.
I would have to think that would be one that I carry a lot, that way if I lost it or broke it or something. And I'm going to go with something pretty simple.
I already have.
I'm going to go with the RCB farmhand. That's what I'm going to say.
Nice choice.
What say you, Matt?
I've already done the buying the second one of.
Well, there you go.
Old timer.
This is the
8OT.
8OT. This is my absolutely abused, carried that to hell. Like the springs are black, and then there's my new old stock, never carried or used one.
So one for keep and one for carry.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's mine.
Thank you. All right, Paddy, what you got?
It's really simple for me. It would be the GEC 15 pattern.
15. Yeah.
In any variant. In any
All right.
variant. Just dead
Okay.
simple.
Mikey?
I would go for, now bearing in mind I've got a lot of multiple knives, but at the moment I'd go for another Chavez tack. Because I think it's absolutely fantastic.
That thing's awesome.
And if I lost this, I'd want to have a spare one there. That skull clip and that. It's just a great little knife. Like the
I've never seen a more randy pocket clip in my entire life.
That's
Yeah,
why.
really.
That's what drew it to me. And it's the tiny ass knife as well, which is just great.
Is that what it actually stands for?
Yeah, tiny ass knife.
Tiny ass knife. Yeah. What say you, Judd?
Like is that you say stage 5, Spyderco stage 5?
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me already. I'm about my apologies. Okay. Moving on then. For Matt, what knife is best suited for a leprechaun?
Mikey's chopper.
What about a knife?
Naughty.
Uh-oh. He's had to get up and search here. All right. What we going here?
Yeah.
I've got a scanner for you as well.
Get in.
So you could
Yes.
definitely broadsword carry this. You know, you could have the whole over the boat.
He would look like Link, wouldn't he, from like Zelda?
Mhm. All right. What else do we have here? Have custom-made knives become more of a consideration the further into your knife journey? For me, 100%. Yeah, that's become a much larger consideration for everything. Always looking to buy or at least introduce a knife that might be going to a custom maker and having them have their interpretation made of it, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What you think?
When I first started collecting, I never thought I would even get anywhere near owning a custom knife because I thought they were all ridiculously overpriced and would never get to anywhere near wanting one. But actually, it made it much more obtainable.
No. Chris got
But
onto
they're
it early
definitely
on.
part of-
So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely a big part of my collection coming up is more customs, more, as you said, variants of knives that already exist, made by a custom maker to their own sort of style and with their own methods.
Or just getting what you really want is a really big thing there. Once you've tried most knives and you want something different, the only way to go is custom, really.
Well, I've got an example of that as well. We can see if you want.
I've got my latest actually custom that I picked up yesterday.
Oh, did you want to show that?
Cracker in it. Did you
There we
find out
go.
about the digging on that, Mikey?
I'm waiting for him to get back to me. He did message me last night, but he's not got back to me yet. So it's got the chase back spring, jigged micarta handles, bird's eye pivot, and 01 tall steel blade.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's phenomenal, I think. Love
just
it.
the way that he's done the bolster as well from the micarta and that as well. Just
Right.
and the jigging looks so good.
Yeah, I want that on a Barlow, definitely.
Great pickup, Mikey.
Pleased with that. I'm really, really pleased with that.
I think an example of what John was saying about having a knife that you really like, and you get a custom variation of it. So a few of us got the Japanese jack that Mikey gifted out.
A very select few of us, yes.
Yeah, select few, and then so the Japanese jack, and then we had Ashley do a make of it, how we wanted it. So with a big fat spear, but you can see that pretty much carbon copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the knife you really want. So you get like the 01 tool steel on there. So the edge is going to last longer than whatever the unknown Japanese stainless steel is. But I think he did a fantastic job with that. It's crazy good.
Well, I got to applaud Paddy for the wisdom, because when I first got into this, I never thought I'd be like, oh yeah, I got to have a custom.
Yeah.
I thought that was snobbery and
yeah.
And
thanks
just,
for that, Paddy.
being overzealous, and I'm like, no, that's just naturally what happens.
No, and then it's a whole other rabbit hole, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
I think that's one of the best questions that will probably get asked tonight, because everybody has an opinion on custom knives. Those that don't have them have a really strong opinion, and those who do have them have a really strong opinion. And those who are thinking about them are embarrassed to get one in case people think that they've gone all push. And it's just
Right.
nonsense. It's if you start collecting train carriages for a railway system you've got, you start with the basics like most people do, and then you go up, and then you buy the town around it, and you just increase. And it's no different for knives. You can start wherever you want, and you can go up as high as you want. But it's part of the journey. You're always looking to see, well, if I buy a custom, is it going to be that much money better than my Rough Rider? And the answer is yes. But you can also get Duff customs that are not as good as what you're expecting them to be, and that's the problem, because you have to shell out the money no matter really what. You know what I mean? You've ordered the knife, so I mean, to me it's a natural progression if you stay in this hobby long enough that you do want to try these knives that people are talking about, and you're taking a chance sometimes, but a lot of the times the chance is really worth it.
I'd agree with that, Stephen. I think it almost becomes something that you have to do and try and whatever else.
Yeah.
But it is a risk. There is a risk with a custom build. And I mean, I think we've been lucky to have someone like Ashley who's always consistent in his production, but he's not perfect every time, as we know.
No.
And I think this is something that you've got to be aware of. And the other side of the thing is, the fact is that you're paying the same money for a custom knife as you would for a really high-end production knife, but you may not get the same quality control or the same high-tech materials in a custom knife that you do in a production knife. And those are the kind of things that you've got to balance out. And I think when it comes down to the design criteria of what are you going to get for the money, and an awful lot of it is, I mean, that's just a standard sword buster, but it's a beautiful sword buster.
That's you like call it a standard, but that is one hell of a sod buster.
It is outstanding. And I mean, that's a French maker, and it's Ludi. It's one of the most gorgeous soddies I've ever seen. That's a Shing custom, but to me it's a very modern, very basic, vanilla custom, but it's still perfectly put together in really good materials. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got your Ashley, and I mean, your Ashleys are just when they're perfect, they're perfect. And it's a pleasure. There's something about you pay big money for them, but
Can I just add that right now at the famous Sheffield shop, if somebody was to call up tomorrow and speak to Jane, she has 2 Ashley customs in stock. So if somebody, those 3 that I took a picture of.
Jane.
Remember?
No.
Those 3 in a row. You forgot there was 3. They were all like the same knife, but in different colours. There are 2 there, and they are for a sale. So if somebody is really after one, they are available.
When did you send me that picture?
Weeks ago, before you was even in there. It was 3 of them on the side.
That's right. I remember it now, Mikey.
Yeah.
I thought it was just recently, but it was weeks ago. You did say that you had them in.
Yeah, and she's sold one, and there's still one there. No, 2
What
there.
were
Sorry.
Okay.
But it's an amazing question that there's only the answer you can make that's the right one. Because you've just not got to worry about what other people think. If it's something you want and you're going to save the money for it, go for it.
I think they were sheep's foot or lamb's foot or something.
All right, here's one for Judd. Bigfoot is 8 foot tall. TK is 2/3 as tall as Bigfoot. Judith, the lady leprechaun, is 2/3 as tall as TK. How tall is Judith?
Well, it's a trick question. because in the Shire, Bigfoot is not a legal unit of measurement. Bigfoot is actually his surname, so I find that slightly racist, if you don't mind. You know, so I find that offensive.
All right. Well, the correct answer is 4. Okay.
Well, it's 42, but it could be me.
That's 2/3 of 8 is 6, and 2/3 of 6 is 4. So there you have it, Judd.
Thank you very much.
Thought you would enjoy that one.
God, thank God you didn't have to wait for my answer.
If you could change just one of the following about UK knife
my
laws,
God.
which would it be? More blade length, allow locking knives, or allow autos?
Oh, what a question. There's 2 there that are big. The other one's not really that important, I would say. Autos
Locking knives.
Autos
are
not
gone.
that good. So I would say bring in a lock. Yeah, bring in a lock.
Locking
3-inch
knives.
blade is plenty big enough to do whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Blade
with it. I don't
is
know
a
anybody-
112, isn't it? So yeah, bring in
Yeah.
a lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dead simple lock.
Yeah. Judd, you agree?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
very-
anyone in the UK that wouldn't agree with anything that isn't a lock. I think it's for the UK it would always be a lock. I think at different places it might be different. Like some states in the US that can only have a 2-inch blade on auto, they might want blade length, for
Yeah,
example.
but you think 3 is enough to get around? You know, you're happy enough.
Three's
with
enough
that.
to do.
definitely.
And a locking knife is a lot safer to use for like certain jobs. So I would say a lock would probably be best. Autos, I'm not like bothered about really.
I have to
So
say,
I
I
would
would even go so far
I
as to
carry
say,
that all day,
I
and that's a 3-inch
a
blade.
2.5-inch knife does my life. If I want something bigger, I've got a fixed blade, and that would be a simple answer for that. I think people think that the UK's obsessed about the length. It's nothing to do with the length at all of the blade. You can buy a good sturdy Ashley, a 2.5-inch cutting edge, and let me tell you, you couldn't want any more in a folding knife. You couldn't. It's just the right steel, the right thickness. Everything about it is perfect as a work knife. So no, definitely not length.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. Oh, your biggest disappointment. The knife that you bought that was the biggest disappointment. I would have to say that the Kershaw Culpepper that I bought long ago was just a really, really weak pull. And that was
Is that the
my
black one?
biggest. Yeah, that was the initial. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't the black one, I don't believe. I sent it back, whichever it was. But no, I haven't made any massive, I've never had like a really expensive knife end up being so bad. So I've been quite fortunate, I think. What's your biggest disappointment?
I'm trying to think. I want to say
That was your question. How do you not have an answer?
yeah, but I didn't think it was going to be for me. I'm very, very sort of picky with what I have to know that I really want it and I'm going to like it before I pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I must have bought something that I didn't think was that great once it arrived.
All right, we'll come back to you. What do you got, Mikey?
Come back to me.
Biggest disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Cabbage chopper for you.
The only knife that I've had to send back was a Rough Rider, and it was it was one of the Sunfish, and it had a really weak pull and a really weak lock up. And I thought there was something wrong with it, and I sent it back, and they sent me a new one, and it was pretty much like the same. And that's when I worked out through having a chat with some people on some Facebook pages that the Sunfish for Rough Rider just tends to have a weak pull and a weak lockup. Just trying to think, what have I been? disappointing, really. I've still yet to have a bad case knife, so that's pretty rare, I think. Because I think I buy most of my knives at second hand. Generally, I've always been able to check them first.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything that I've really gone, that's really poor.
Which are you, Paddy?
Well, I'm going to buck the trend here. I bought a very expensive custom knife. Now, I still have it, but it came with horrendous blade wrap.
Mm.
And I was incredibly disappointed because it was one of the first high-end slip joints that I bought. And I've got it here now. I fixed the problem myself, but it's this one here, which is a beautiful, this is my little snub nose, as I call it. This is a Michael Duplessis, and I'm not saying that this was Michael Duplessis' fault, but it's one of those things when you're buying secondhand where this came to me, it would have been third hand when I got it. So at least two people knew there was blade wrap on it, and yet it was sold as a perfect sort of a knife. It wasn't, blade wrap was definitely not mentioned in it, and I can understand why, if it was passed on through somebody, that they maybe didn't check it for blade wrap. But it's one of them things, I think everybody should check their knife before they do it and check that you can't close it properly. People say, oh, you should let your knife go down gently. To me, that's a lot of nonsense, because I don't do that. If I've got a knife out, I usually close it one-handed and slap it down. That's the way, and that's the way I want to be able to close a pen knife. But now this one, and why I'm saying it's not Michael Duplessis, somebody has adjusted the bottom of the kick here. Somebody's used a file on it at some stage and taken a bit off it. And I think they took a bit too much. But it should have been found out and solved before it got to me. That's the rub. That's the annoying part, that it went through two people's hand and it wasn't picked up. And it was very disappointing. I had to take quite a bit of the blade off this knife to get the blade wrap out. It was truly a big chunk. It used to be about a half an inch length where it would wrap and it would chip that sort of half an inch off, just broke it off. And so I fixed it now and it works perfectly. But yeah, just be careful. Money doesn't always mean it's going to be perfect.
All right, Judd, you got something?
Mine now.
Oh, okay.
Go on, Judd. No,
Judd, you got one?
Go then.
Come on, Judd.
I'm with Stephen, because, but not with custom. GC, I've had consistently bad experience with GC, and it's only recently that I have started to get lucky with GC. And my problems with GC are usually, well, a bit of it's taste, but an awful lot of it is disappointment, just in terms of quality control. Everybody knows my objections to their lockbacks are well documented, I think. Yeah. I've had two lockbacks from GEC and they're appalling, both of them. Had a Wall Street and had a 72, and I mean, everybody can do a lockback that actually locks without jiggling around like a fucking castanet. So it's, you know, why GEC, the best cutler in the States, can't do that is beyond me. But recently I have just lucked out with my GECs. I got a Titty made Cripple Creek that is just gorgeous. It is just beautiful. And then the other day I traded a Spidey with Stephen for this gorgeous wee thing here. And it's just a Judd knife. It is just the perfect Judd knife, really. And Stephen will be looking at this wondering, where the hell did that patina come from? Because it wasn't there when I gave it to him. All
right.
Because I cut an apple up today with it, because it's a perfect little fruit knife.
It is.
And the patina on it is fantastic, you know.
I just hope that you wash that knife first, because I know what Stephen did with it. And if that's been in your apple.
Oh, Mikey, now you tell me.
Yeah, most people don't know I'm due.
Okay, Matt, what do you
have?
Mine
was actually an older knife. It was actually a Wustenholm. I bought it with the intention to sort of clean it up. It looked excellent in the pictures, and it looked great when it got here. The moment I opened the main blade, the spring snapped.
Oh, that's just bad luck, that, isn't it?
Immediately. I just wanted to say, it wasn't expensive. I think I may have paid 30 for it, but it was just the fact that like I'm really excited to get like into the old knives, and then like one of the first instances of getting one, it just broke immediately. And I get it, it's an old knife. It's not the person who sold it's fault. They might have opened it before and it was fine, but as soon as I opened it, ping. I was like,
Do you know the one thing that I've noticed from this is we don't want to talk badly about knife manufacturers.
No.
None of us want to. We're all kind of a little bit hesitant to say, like to steam into like any maker, any big manufacturer, because we love these knives and we want them to be good. And the fact that we are all a little bit hesitant just to really sort of slate a brand or a manufacturer shows that there's some, there's like some of them out there that that need to do better. Really,
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I tell you what else I was disappointed with as well. Remembered, I bought a medium case Stockman navy blue synthetic like real early on in my collecting, and it had like quite a lot of blade rub. And I get it, it's Stockman, but it had quite a lot.
Yeah.
A little bit you kind of want, didn't you? It like kind of it's just there. You kind of accept it, but when you get a lot of blade rub, something's wrong.
Yeah.
All right. So our next question is: if you could buy only one brand knife for life, what would it be?
Oh, damn it!
This is one of those torture questions, right?
I already know.
I think I know what Matt's going to say, so I'll pick something different.
Are we talking custom or just brand?
You can't have custom.
Right.
Yeah, so let's just all say Ashley and be done with it, right?
That's why take customs out of it, and then we'll get a different answer.
Right.
Production
I'm happy with it. I'm happy with that.
Production
brand, Arthur Wright. Done.
Production brand, I'd probably go. Gosh.
I would like to say case, but honestly,
I would too, but the quality is what annoys me. Yeah.
It's not even just the quality sometimes. The case knives, I find the handles very slim on most models. They don't really do big handles.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I'm probably going to be looking at someone like, Buck or Arthur Wright, or maybe even somebody like Kaiser, because they make wonderful knives. That's a really hard call, that. Spyderco. I'll probably go Spyderco.
Okay. About Rosecraft, does that get a vote?
I was thinking about it because they do nice chunky handles.
It's going to be way up there.
Yeah. Well, see, with Rosecraft, we might have a little bit of influence on what comes out, so you might be able to kind of make it into a custom by at least suggestion,
Yeah, saying sow belly to Andy 84,000 times worked.
Yeah, that did work. We pulled it off. All right. So, what type of wood do you most prefer for a handle?
Tree wood.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be answered. I guess my answer would be any kind of burl. I'm not bothered with what type.
I'm going to go bog oak. I think I love a bit of bog oak.
This might surprise you, but ebony.
Ebony.
That wouldn't surprise me. I like ebony. I like ebony on a traditional. But I think I would probably go with I like some of the oak knives. I think the oak you can come in so many different colors. It can come in so many different grain structures. So I like oak. I'll go for oak.
We got a lot of ebonies in here. We got Alex saying
I just think ebony looks great in contrast with like brass liners or brass bolsters. I think that looks fantastic.
Yeah, but so does bog oak because it's pretty much like the same kind of color generally.
And there's ironwood, and then what else? I think olive wood in there as well. There's too many to choose from.
Olive wood's coming strong now, isn't it? It's looking really good.
Yeah, I've got olive wood spear point coming tomorrow from Bakewell. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm going to put a vote in for stabilized beach, spalted beach.
Oh, that's nice too. Yeah.
and the way that you can do colors in wood when it's
Yeah.
stabilized like that. I just think the variety that you can get
Yeah.
is just outstanding.
I mean, Turkish walnut as well. That's
Oh god, that's
Right.
gorgeous.
Got to vote for bird's eye maple as well. So
Yeah.
lignum
Yeah,
vitae. We forgot that. Chris's favorite.
I forgot about
Lignum
that.
vitae, baby, lignum vitae.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
probably definitely go for that.
Oh,
now that I thought about it.
As well, that's on my Ashley Barlow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a hard question, isn't it? Because we
it's
like
a lot.
lots
There's
of,
a lot of great up.
we all like lots of good wood.
I think we've mentioned
Mhm.
every single type of wood so far. Pretty much.
All right. So next we have, what is the most underrated knife brand?
Underrated.
Underrated.
I'm going to say
probably
Arthur Wright.
Rough Rider.
Arthur
Rough
Wright
Rider?
now.
No. Okay.
Arthur Wright could be up there because they've got a lot of fans, but they've got a lot of people that just don't get them as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say Arthur Wright because I know how good their knives are. I've seen how they're made. Matt's seen how they're made. What they do with the resources that they've got to turn out handmade knives at the prices that they do, it's amazing. It really is amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree as well.
The sad thing about it for me saying that is specifically because it's not that Americans don't buy them, as much. It's in the UK they're not bought as much by our own people, and it's something we should be supporting. Even if you're not a knife person, it's one of those things. Buy British. It just doesn't seem to exist anymore. That back your own is not there.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have that with Buck. We got plenty of USA guys that just will buy Buck, right?
Yeah.
Well, I love Bucks. I totally get where they're coming from. But I don't think you could ever call a Buck an underrated brand, especially now they've started to up their stills a bit as well, and the custom shop.
Can I start a fight?
And if I would say, go ahead, Judd, do that.
Victorinox. Because by certain people in this room, they're underrated as a knife brand.
Yeah, well, they're not a knife. It's multi-tools.
It's a knife.
The amount of knives they sell and the amount of multi-tools they sell, Judd, they can't be, can they can't be underrated. People must rate them because they sell 9 billion every week.
And my work here is done.
But if you like multi-tools.
Nice trolling there. I appreciate the
we aim to serve, Thrifty. We aim to serve.
Appreciate the controversy. Oh, okay. So what's the best and also worst name ever given to a knife?
Oh God.
I'll start with you, Paddy, because I think you know your answer right away. No? I think you at least know the best that you said. You said that recently.
Oh God. Yeah, I've slept since then. Everything goes.
Do you want me to remind you what you told me?
Remind me.
Yeah, so you really liked the sow belly from Rosecraft's name, the Stinky Creek.
Oh,
Stinky
Stinky Creek! That is an absolutely amazing knife, or an amazing name. Just love it. Yeah, love that name. In fact, I love it so much I hate it.
Yeah. I would say probably just from a historical standpoint, they had that. What was it? You'll have to help me, Matt. It was the lady something from Buck.
The lady.
And it didn't sell simply because they put lady in front of the name.
Lady finger.
The lady, what was it?
The lady,
lady
finger, was it?
I don't think so.
I'm finding it now.
Yeah.
It was just called the Lady Buck.
Yeah.
The Lady Buck. And it just wouldn't sell because of the name.
And they changed it to White Knight afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like a white-handled knife or something, wasn't
yeah. It's like a white smooth
Um,
bone, like a prince sort of size, and they called it the lady butt. No one bought it, and they went, "Oh, right,
Did they not call one
white
of their
knight
wee,
instead."
Did they not call one of their wee Skinners the lady finger?
It
No.
was
Oh.
Finch, apparently. It was the lady finger.
All right, there we
lady.
go.
Oh, Finch. Okay.
Somebody in the
That's a
chat
pretty
just said
bad
that
name.
I can't take credit for it.
Yeah. One of my favorites is actually from Roastcraft too, but it's not the Stinking Creek. It's the Loosahachie Jack. I just love saying that name because I can
Yeah.
turn it into so many other things.
Yeah.
It's been a
Nola
source of
Chappie was a
entertainment.
good one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Nola Chappie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it was. Somebody says it was Finch, but I've just looked it up, and it was the lady finger was a K-bar. It was
Right.
like one
Oh,
of those get off.
That's right.
Okay.
It was the cake on the buck. What's the buck called there, Skinner? You know the one that's got an odd shaped blade? It was a small, and it was a thin sort of upswept blade. A buck called it something, and then K-Bar called their version of it the lady finger.
I don't know. The K-bar one looks like a, what do you call it? A get off me knife kind of thing. It looks like a wee self-defense stabber.
Right.
Doesn't look
Oh,
like a
right.
Skinner.
I'm completely wrong then.
Yeah.
Nothing unusual there.
So Mark likes the Tackler as a name. And there was a knife called the Tickler. It was the French Tickler
French
from
tickler,
Rough
yeah.
Rider. Yeah. Oh, that was a good
I'm
one.
trying to think of one that's terrible.
I can think of several that are terrible.
Was there one called a Toe Clipper by GEC?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I can think of several terribly named knives, and they are all made by Xing Chan. Because Xing gives random names to his knives that bear absolutely no resemblance to the knives that he's actually made. Don't get me wrong, they're gorgeous, and I would buy every single one of them. But honest to God, get your naming convention sorted.
I've got one that is more of a petty reason why I don't like the name.
Have you read the
It's
comment?
Spartan. I guess
Yeah.
lady comes with
Be
that.
ashamed of yourself.
Gus,
Does
I expect more from you, sir.
Gus, I've unsibbed.
Not anymore. We don't expect.
Oh, what? I don't know
no,
that
Paul's
knife.
nailed it. Paul's nailed it. The
Camel
worst
stove,
ones are the
huh?
names that are
Okay.
just serial numbers.
Yeah.
What, like the
Oh,
RR?
Yeah, those are the worst. Just no soul to them at that point, you know.
No.
Okay, moving on. How are you enjoying these questions? These been fun for you guys?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's been a real lovely change.
Okay, so we have besides a knife, what are the two most essential EDC items? I'd have to say a torch had to be torch got to be in there, right?
A torch, a
Yeah.
flashlight. Yeah. Always.
Okay. So what would the
Flashlight
other
and
ones
another
be?
knife. Flashlight and another
Oh.
knife.
Yeah.
Flashlight and another knife.
I
And a
would go.
backup knife.
I would go with a second knife and a tourniquet.
Okay. So
I'd
you
go with a tool and a multi-tool.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking like a single bladed knife, and then you've got a sack or a multi-bladed knife, and then the torch, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
you
I'm
have
talking
sort of
about
a
a knife
multi-tool
and another
along
knife.
with yeah. Ah,
Not a
well, there
sack.
you go. There's your multi-tool.
Yeah.
What
but
you got there,
see,
bud?
Oh, this is my new
Your hands
IXL.
are
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
where did you get that from?
I got that from my very good friend, Midnight Crisis.
Oh, Davey, baby.
Dave's the
Dave
man.
himself.
Dave the
Oh,
Rave.
because of the lost one in the mail, right? Yeah.
which I mean, that was water under the bridge, as we say. But I mean, I'll take advantage of a guilt trip as much as the next time.
You was taking a hit out
Oh,
on
yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Thank you
I've
very
seen
much.
your pouty eye trick. I've seen enough of
You were
that. to
just
know.
taking a hit out on him. You'd put £1,000 on him.
That
Like a
scares
beacon.
me more than anything.
I know. Yeah, there's a very fine line between Puss in Boots and serial killer. You know, it's kind of
Yeah. You were more like, I'll buy you a knife to stop looking at me like that.
yeah.
That's why I bought him so many knives.
Well, you think I sent him the 84mm climber?
I know, because he looked at you like he's going to kill you and eat you, didn't he?
I did like that, Mike. Matt, oh, that was lovely.
Okay, so this one's for Mikey. What do you find to be the ugliest knife of one of your fellow collectors?
Right, for a start, that means that I have to remember every single knife that all my fellow collectors own.
Just the ugly ones. Just the ugly ones.
No, all you need to do is you just need to remember who you sold that other landscape to.
I didn't. I gave it away as a gift, and he's never spoken to me since. Ugliest knife. Matt, have you got any ugly knives that I can't really? No, I don't think Judd has either. I think Judd's got.
Did you need a refresher?
Yeah, I can't think of ugly. I mean, Stevens bands have an ugly knife.
I mean, if you know the music boxes. What
Oh
are they
yeah,
called?
there's Stevens one. He's gas station. His gas station knife with the USA flag on it, made in China. Yeah.
Awesome.
Destruction.
The red.
Oh my
Oh,
good
that's a
God.
brilliant knife.
That's a multi-tool, isn't it? That is a multi-tool.
No, I would die for that one. That's a proper knife.
That's a spanner. That's a spanner. Just trying to think of ugly knives that Matt, have you got anything that I find hideous?
What is
Oh
that?
Matt, have you got I like that,
look.
Judd. There's nothing wrong with that little cleaver.
I know, but you have a stovepipe and 3 Lanskys.
4. Matt, maybe your cotton sampler.
Uh-oh. He's got
Your cotton sampler, Matt, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay, I agree. Yeah.
Your first cotton sampler.
Oh, the first one.
What do you
Yeah,
have?
is it a Rough Rider one?
For a troll. Yeah, he sent me I'll get it now.
Yeah.
This is going to call it my ugliest knife, but it was made as a gift, and I really appreciate it, and it stayed and never left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's odd.
So much like the cleaver.
But-
yeah, much like the cleaver.
But it's still better than that gas station knife. It's odd. I'm not sure it's ugly, but it's certainly odd. I mean, Judd, what is your ugliest knife, Judd? I can't.
Well, that's it. That was it. The Ursa.
Yeah. There's Matt's one.
Oh, jeepers, man.
That's
Damn.
a butter spreader if you didn't have any butter and you didn't have anything to spread it on.
That's a knife that'll never go to the ball.
The thing about it though is it's got perfect fit and finish. It kind of pisses me off a bit.
There you go.
It's dead center. There's no gaps, and it's got about a 7 pull.
What does everyone else think that that my ugly knife is? Because you've got so many to choose from.
Boker.
It's hard to pick. I'm more to
One's
the point, the
pretty
more I think about it, the sicker I feel.
All right, Judd, calm down. We're meant to be friends. Let it go. Jeez.
Yeah, our friendship will improve when you get rid of those 4 knives.
Dave.
Please. Fatality. What traditional knife pattern? What traditional knife pattern is there? Too few options available to purchase in today's current market. My vote is for the Lanny's clip. There's just not enough like that out there to be had.
I mean, Lanny's clip. Cool. Others. I mean, that was the knife that all new custom makers had to make a perfect model of to get any credit in the knife world. Was the Lanny's clip that they would have used. Now it's gone back a few years, but yeah, they're not. I would go with a tackler.
Tackler, okay. What do
And
you
not
think, Matt?
because it's our new knife our new Paddy and Pals podcast knife. Not because of that, but because it was a pattern I didn't have up until about 6 months ago. And it's made by Arthur Wright. I just didn't know. It never hit my radar. But now I think it's an amazing knife. I love it.
It is. I got my first one recently when I
Love-
went to Sheffield with
mine.
Mikey
Love mine
and
as well.
Sean.
It's a really nice knife. I have to say, I love it.
So what do you think, Matt?
Single bladed sour belly.
Yeah, that's
nice.
a problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not enough of those either.
That's a really good knife.
Case make one, the one I actually traded with Conley for some stuff, but it was too thin because it was just the Kieranite
Yeah.
handles, and it
Yeah.
was like holding a bit of A4 paper. The Rosecraft one's really good. Don't know anyone else.
Yeah. But that's why, the Rosecraft, that was sort of an important knife to make because your other options are pretty limited.
I thought it was. I thought Rosecraft really done a good job with theirs. Fair play to them.
I think a gun stock. I'd like to see more of them. I didn't get my first
single-bladed gun stock.
Single-bladed gun stock. I didn't get my first one until about a year ago, and then I got up to about 5, and they are so comfortable.
Yeah, but it is that single-bladed. There's so many gun stocks out there with 2 blades. And then what's the point of the handle shape? Because once you put another blade on it,
in there, then it's not comfortable, is it? So, but you could also mix up the blades because you don't have to have a clip point.
No,
do you? You could have a spear or something else. But yeah, I'd say probably like a gun stock. Copperhead.
Sean has said copperhead.
Copper lock.
Copperhead. Yeah.
Native pattern.
Yeah, I like a native pattern.
It's
starting to become more popular now, though, isn't it?
I think we're seeing more of them. You're right, Stephen. But it's one I'd like to try a wee bit more. I've got one of Ashley's but the Dano's very like a native pattern kind of blade as well.
Yeah, I'm really into that pattern myself at the minute. It's nice. It's a bit different.
They do too.
I think Dave just said,
but it's
red knife. I don't think he's quite understanding this, is he?
There's the Jack.
He's not getting it.
There's the Jack Wolf one.
Pruner?
Yeah.
Pruner. Really?
Pruner.
Any other name?
Yeah.
Senator. There's a pattern.
Yeah. Senator.
Senator. That's one I haven't been able to get hold of. So, until just recently.
Well, there's one on route.
Yeah, en route. Yep.
Has anyone seen that Wee Judd?
I carried the Wee-Ettrick a couple of weeks ago and used it for all day for EDC. Absolutely fabulous wee knife.
I like it, but having one doesn't mean I'm going to buy more of them from different makers.
Show that again, John.
There's a native pattern.
Yeah, okay.
And then
that's got a bow in it. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the banana kind of handle doesn't work 100% for me, but there are variations. I think the variation on the Dano pattern of the handle is a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And then you've got a sort of variation with the Hug, which is the same kind of blade shape, but it's got a trapper based handle.
Yeah.
So there are variations of it, but the native pattern blade I really like actually.
So your banana doesn't work for you. Okay.
My banana doesn't work for me, boy.
All right. Next question.
Spin the wheel.
What type of knife grind do you prefer for a slip joint?
Oh, that's a good question.
A decent one?
An even one, maybe?
Even. Sharp. Case.
We're talking to you.
I used to be all about flat grinds and stuff, but having some Ashes now and picked up a few of the nice buck, I'd say the hollow grind is really nice. Very, very capable.
I'm not really bothered too much. I like both a flat and a hollow grind. So I guess if I'm being more specific, I like a clip with a really nice saber grind. That looks always really nice looking. But that's less to do with the edge and more to do with the overall look of the blade.
I'm going to go for the edge part of that question. and I like either a hollow or a flat grind, but I like a little small sub bevel on the end of it, just giving it that wee extra bevel on the end of and I think that really, I love cutting with a knife that's got that wee extra bevel in the end.
Yeah. Well, you do a lot of that with just your sharpening, right? I mean, so you kind of create that yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a strop that'll do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Midknife's got a good grind that he's put up there as well. A booty grind.
A booty grind?
One.
I would say recently, the farmhand, when you look at it, the grind that comes back towards the choil, that roundish look to it. If done right, that can be really attractive too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. You got any other thoughts?
Full flat for me because I'm crap at sharpening, so full flat makes it easy. So I'm getting there.
Yeah, that was a nice grind. That one, TK. Yeah. You're right. Done really. But when have you had a rosecraft that's had a bad grind, or even a rosewood?
Yeah, they're all been good. I just think that one's particularly attractive. Just really,
it is
really
good. It is very nice, and it's a nice sod buster as well.
Bark River do a convex grind, which
they do a convex.
Yeah, I'm just beginning to realize how good that convex grind is for keeping an edge when you're chopping.
It's a tough edge.
It's an amazingly tough edge. All right, it mightn't peel a grape, but I don't peel grapes with a Bark River. So, I mean, it's one of them things. I do. I like that. I like the feeling of the convex grind when it goes in when you're chopping with wood. It's security that it's not going to chip or.
Yeah, I'm with Benny. He says not a recurve. Not a fan of the recurve either.
No, I really don't like recurve.
That's just.
I find they cut really well. They can remove a lot of material really fast because you add that little bit extra blade on it, and it just seems to. But I mean, I don't like the look of them.
No, like the natural shape of the blade keeps what you're cutting on the blade. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a.
I have to say the one that surprised me most in the last year has definitely been a Scandi.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I mean I knew in theory that it was good for what it was designed for, but then when I actually tried it out, it was just a revelation, really.
All right, so here's one for you guys. What is your favorite knife under $50? That's a tough one. I'd have to say probably an Ashley Barlow for maybe about $45, $48. So just under that $50.
Good call. That's a very good call. I'm just trying to think.
Well, I think the obvious answer is the Paddy and Pals club knife. I mean, that's obviously the best knife under $50. I mean, come on.
So when can we order one of those then, Judd?
Secrets will be revealed on Thursday night, Mikey.
Let's promo the shit out of it. Come on, guys.
Judd, would that be the 100th show?
It would be
101.
100.1 probably, if we're being accurate. Yeah.
Okay. I am very excited for you guys doing that knife. That's awesome.
I can't tell you. I never thought this would ever be. It's a complete dream.
We are over the moon about it. Over the moon about it.
So nervous about it, but yet so excited. Because I think the one thing I like about it is we're promoting a British company, and that really means something to me. Really, really means something. So it's very special. And to share it with two friends, it's like if I was doing a podcast myself and I got a knife, I wouldn't have had the joy between the three of us arguing over what knife it was going to be, what it was going to be. It was just fabulous. We had so much fun, so much excitement. I've never seen three grown men just get so excited. It was unbelievable.
I think a little PK, Matt.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just now. I mean, just now when you were talking about it.
Thank God for those pants.
What were you going to
Mikey.
show there, Matt? Were you showing something?
Our favorite under 50.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that
That's awesome.
50?
This was it was an Axie Proto, and it was 50.
But it's not under 50.
Got the nice
It is.
flat
It's
bolsters on it.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 50 under.
It's I'm going to just rock the boat just a little bit. I'm going to go for a Rough Rider.
All right.
Which
You've
one?
been having a
Pretty much all
You
of
have one
them.
in mind?
You can buy them all for like $50.
Here's one that if I had to pick one out that I would pick would be this. It's just a basic
Carbon
model
steel
Rough Rider.
No,
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is the Easy Open. This one isn't in carbon, is it? No.
No, 448.
But I think this is just a super sturdy, solid working knife for £23 or something.
And what do you think about the nail nick?
I think it's absolutely stupid and hideous. But in reality, for that sort of money, am I going to worry? No, I'm just going to cut with a bloody
No.
thing. And it
No,
cuts beautifully.
It's the PPP tackler. Don't be an arse.
But I mean, I think that's just a super buy.
Judd, tell him to shut up now.
I know we can be contentious, but we bring the changes. We encourage all views and then tell them that they're wrong.
Yeah,
It's okay. I'll lay him off.
yeah, brilliant.
Yes, boss. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Refer to management.
Yeah.
Can I show you something?
Oh, do you
Sure.
have
No,
to?
you're laid off. No, you're laid off. Go on. He's gone.
Empty your
Oh,
desk.
no. Ah! Ah!
Security will show you to the door. Sally! Sally!
Oh, dear.
Oh, you don't know how
Good
hard
God,
that
I
was.
thought I was going to have to end the stream. Damn it, I have my hand on the button. I had my hand on the button.
2K panic trying to close everything off.
Hit the button, hit the button.
That's the hardest thing I've had to do is not do it.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? You know what? Marie?
that live would have closed quicker than yours did on Thursday.
Yeah. the
Wow.
funniest thing is that
Wow.
Here in Bangor, we've been getting power cuts throughout the day. So if he had just been about to drop them and the power had cut out, that would have been absolutely perfect.
I was just queuing up the fart noise.
Or the tired tiger.
Yeah,
There's
no.
quite a few interesting comments. One says, I hope it was bleached. The other one said, we almost saw his tramp stamp tattoo. And Dave said he was about to have to wash his eyes out with bleach.
No.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There, answered that one. No.
Okay, I got it. Do slip down knives really need super steels?
No.
Do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I'm
Hang
going to
on,
say
let's
no.
need to fix something. Just need to fix something. There we go.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Oh, democracy in action once more.
I'm on the wrong side now.
Stephen, you're rehired. These two clowns are now left, Paddy and Pals.
No
Would you
knife
part-
needs
well-
a super steel.
What do you class as a super steel? Because 15 years ago, D2 was a super steel.
Talking about super
I'm going to
steel
say
in
anything better
2025.
than, say,
It just makes
M3
things different, and it
you know,
makes the market
M390
bigger.
and above. M390 and above, that kind of thing.
And it makes things different for like people. You know, there's like some people that really want a super steel Judd, isn't there? And there's ones that are quite happy with like 440C,
Exactly.
Stephen,
Yeah.
and that. But there are people out there that do like having like a super steel, and why not have it on a slip joint?
I agree.
Yeah, but
Right.
they don't need a super steel.
Well, they might not buy the knife if it's not a super steel, so they may need a super steel to buy the knife.
Yeah, but then they're not traditional lovers. They're just fly-by-nights. Bugger off.
Oh, fair enough.
Bugger off.
Yeah.
Bugger
Yeah,
off.
Stephen, bugger off. That's it.
I agree with
Want a
everything
super
that.
steel on a folding knife, get out. You're not allowed to
But
get
we
it.
always what we can have and not what we need, right? So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
reason why we buy them.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
know,
I
but
love
that's-
super steel.
we
I love
always-
buying Sorry, go ahead, Justin.
In the knife community, for some reason we always use the word need wrong. You know,
Mhm.
we don't
Yeah,
we don't need a bloody knife to start with. We
No,
just
no.
want them.
We just
So
want them.
if
We
you-
want the super steels, but we don't need them.
exactly, we want super steels.
I don't want a super steel.
I do.
Oh,
But
I like them as well,
I do.
but we don't need them.
No.
Of course not. But we don't need any steel.
all right. Here's one for Paddy. What is it you enjoy about a well-worn sack, Paddy?
Do you know, I think it is when you know it has been fondled and stroked by another human being before you get it, you can pick up that soul of the other human being.
Where are you
And
buying those sacks from?
That really does make a knife very special to me.
Grinder.
Grinder.
Okay, we'll leave
To
it
be
at
honest,
that.
I agree with Stephen's answer because any used knife I think is much better than a brand new one.
Oh, definitely. And they're
I've
more
got to say that
experienced fingers. They're more experienced fingers on a second-hand knife. You know, it grows with a knife.
yeah, that rope knife, the case that I have, it's just worn with use, the wood on it.
Mhm.
You can call it pocket worn. You can do whatever you like, you know, in some sort of manufacturing capacity to try to make it that way. It's never going to be the same as the real thing.
I've got a case Stockman here I picked up at the first Sharp show. It's a 76, maybe. I can't. The dots are too small, but this thing has been used, carried, and loved. I mean, look at the bow and look how smooth it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that out,
Yeah.
even as the Pocket One series. You're not going to get that.
Where's my case?
But yeah, that's a nice little extra bit you get when you buy a used one that you don't have to pay extra for.
Yeah, I think the beauty as well that you're not afraid to use them. You know, you will carry them and you will give them a bit of work.
So, I mean, I know that MB always sort of worries about, you know, your colored allocs going off, but that's my my BY sack. So, I mean, my birth year sack, and that is a 1965 Soldier by Wenger, and same thing. Nearly did a Randy there. Nearly did a Randy. But I mean, look at that blade. That blade is brilliant. But the rest of the story on the rest of the knife is just outstanding.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and it's taken me 5 years to find this flaming thing. So it's just for me, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
And red allocs, when it's worn like that, there's nothing
Red's
like
probably the best for like wear. It looks amazing.
I've got a few of the red allocs, but
I have to say, all my sacks are brand new because I don't use the bloody things.
Mm.
Except the one that two certain people made you.
But they're not really sacks. They're customs, aren't they? And customs are a completely different thing. Well got out of, Paddy. I'm even going to congratulate you.
No, that's an insult.
Good job.
No,
Good job.
Custom sack.
I have to say,
Sack.
they are the two that I like the best. One of them has no blade, perfect. The other one's not so perfect, but really like it.
All right, so this looks a quick one. Hand sharpening, fixed sharpening. Which do you prefer?
freehand.
I'm going to go with. I'm a lazy bastard, so I'm going to say fixed.
I like a good freehand job.
Same.
Well, if you put
I am a convert to the electric sanding belt. I love this. This is me of the future. I can't be arsed anymore. Just stick it on here for 2 swipes. That's it done. Stop it. Love it. £60 on Amazon. Perfect.
And it works.
It works amazing.
I can beat you. I can up you with that for freehand on Amazon for 13 quid. You can have this.
Yes, I've
Now
had one.
this
It's
is a
3-sided.
second. Yeah, it's fantastic. 400.
Yeah.
600 and a ceramic. The one else, perfect.
Yeah.
It's
I'll agree with
nice.
that.
Did you do a review of that?
I have not.
Well, you should, because I need more information on that.
I do like sharpening though. I find it quite sort of relaxing and nice to do, and I do like freehanding it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like freehand as well, but I'm getting too lazy now. I use that wee thing on a leather strop. Most of the time, I don't even sharpen. I have an electric 4-inch strop, and it's
you've got more time on your hands to do it than any of us.
Exactly. I'm really lazy.
Right.
Yeah, we know. And all.
Oh, definitely.
I agree with Mikey. I've come around. The freehand sharpening is just therapeutic after a while. It's just I see the satisfaction of being able to get an edge on your blade freehand. It's just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You've been forced to keep only one case brand knife in your collection. What would it be?
Sorry.
Barlow.
The one I won from the Randy raffle.
Really? Wow.
It's the Randy raffle knife. I have to keep it. I
Oh,
can't let it go.
Good point.
I think it's going to be, for me, the one I picked up from Paddy, the case with the case logo, the sow belly from them.
I think if not including this one, for me, it would have to be.
My second place would be a copper lock, I think.
Yeah, I would have to go with the CV sow belly with the Federal shield on it, 6.5.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was nice.
That one's rare.
That one from Kaylin, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Kaylin helped me pick that one out.
All right, we're running a little on time, so I'm going to quickly get through a couple more questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. What do we have here?
We need the Wheel of Troll.
For Matt, which of the following are you most willing to do for a new knife? Slip into a locked hiney, rifle through Paddy's drawers while he sleeps.
He's done that.
Still holding an up close look at your sack.
Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't be that hard to slip into hiney because I know where it is. And the front door, you pretty much just can wiggle and it opens even when it's locked. I'm not saying that again. Rifle through Paddy's drawers. Yeah, I've done that. I don't know how well it would go down if I showed Holden my bare sack.
It might go down very well, and you could be getting married.
Yeah.
Not if Trump gets his way. There's only man and woman now.
Yeah.
Like I said, they could be getting married.
I'm actually gonna go with Paddy's drawers because I know he snores and he won't hear me.
Okay.
If he sleeps.
I mean, he's not going to catch me anyway, even if I get something out of the drawer and run off.
For
He's
Paddy,
fast for an old bugger.
what is it that you enjoy about a bulbous end, Paddy?
It is the security for a knife in hand. It is so important I think for a Barlow pattern especially. It makes the Barlow an exceptional knife for hand quality, just for holding on to it. And it doesn't matter what size your hand is, and that's the joy of it. Because you just get that.
Can we now have the answer that would make everyone laugh?
Self-adjusting. Okay.
Well, I like the fit, the finish.
And you don't fall out.
And it's amazing with a little bit of mineral oil. You can sort of work it till it's really nice.
Oh, hey, come on!
What? Mineral oil on your knife. It's wood.
For Mikey, what is the primary benefit of thoroughly polishing your wood? To bring up the veining, to protect it from contaminants, or to show everyone how far it's come afterwards?
I'm not an advocate of polishing wood. I find it very slippery in hand when your wood is far too heavily polished. So I like to just rough it up first with some sandpaper, and then I get a much better grip.
I will second Mikey's comment because I often rough mine out with emery cloth.
Exactly, and then you get it won't slip out your hand.
Yeah. I can actually show you an example of my emery cloth.
Oh dear God! Oh.
Here's my stinky stinky wood. I actually did this yesterday with the emery cloth and matted it up a bit, and then oiled it on the sow belly. So it actually works very well. Seriously, although it is kind of funny to say that I've emery cloth my wood.
Of course. Oh, Jesus. And
Have
now
you
the
two
horror.
old uns recovered and started breathing properly again now?
I will never
Must
recover
be
from
now.
that, Matt. I will never recover from that.
I was just telling you about how I like my wood being sort of handled.
Sandpapered. Yeah.
Apparently, yes.
Which
Oh,
would you
yeah.
carry most in your fifth pocket, everyone? A pin blade, classic SD, or Wee Judd?
We Judd.
Wee Judd.
No,
That's my
we
pick.
judge got teeth. A penknife.
Yeah, there is a concern.
penknife. Yeah.
I'm really boring. I am so old. I carry a piece of string and a tourniquet.
Yeah.
It's like you are just waiting for someone to like rip through an artery, aren't you? You're just
Yeah,
waiting
usually
for it.
me. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's
I'm
one day
gonna
it'll
go.
happen.
I'm gonna go with a penknife because I don't even use like the MSDs anymore.
All right. So choose only one. Tony 10 sheds or Sean's 1 shed?
Tony's
Sean's
10.
one shed.
Yeah, I'm going with Sean.
And
Tony,
Dan.
Sean's 1 shed.
I've had so
Right.
much fun in Sean's shed.
Yeah, you've
Definitely.
actually been there.
Tony's 10 sheds. I am absolutely jealous that he has a bit of land. What a lovely thing to have.
Yeah, but it's full of bodies.
That's all right. I can burn things.
What traditional knife pattern could you never do without?
Barlow.
Trapper.
I'm
What was
Barlow.
your answer?
Barlow.
Barlow.
Barlow?
Trapper.
Trapper? I'm going to say Sodbuster.
It was between a Soddy and a Barlow. Although recently I'm really finding the benefits of Stockman's really, really good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
Stockman
go.
or Barlow, it would have to be for me if I had to pick two.
I'm going to go
Barlow.
Barlow. It means I can always have an Arthur right.
Gadget says Barlow. He can't be wrong, right?
Yeah, Gadget Gus knows a thing or two. Just two.
I think Toad's trying to troll us with the canoe.
I think you can refer to Gadget's comments about the ladyfinger earlier on to prove that he can be wrong in many, many ways.
Scott says Texas Jack. There you go.
I'm sure Gus is AI.
Artificially intelligent.
Yeah.
Or an absolute idiot.
No, accidentally intelligent.
Absolute idiot, if you ask me.
The sow belly moose is another favorite.
Yeah, but he's our idiot, so leave him alone.
What about the knife that we made on the channel like a couple of years ago? That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that thing.
double-ended
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sodbuster with stag and 2 blades.
Yeah. We should get it made by Ashley.
Wasn't that called the Abomination?
No, it's the
That's what it, yeah,
Aztec.
that was our end up being, yeah. What is the favorite knife you've been gifted?
I've done mine, haven't I? GEC from like Judd. That was my freebie.
I'm
Yeah, that was your freebie knife, yeah.
This is my Benchmade 940.
Oh yeah.
Gifted to me many years ago, and I still love it as much today as I always did. It's just a super knife.
I've got
lots of gifts. I can't pick one. Can I pick two?
Slippy's dying to say the PM3. I can just see it in his eyes.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mikey. It's not the PM3.
The reason I'm picking this is because it was the first big gift I ever got in the channel, and it meant so much to have this on it because all I had was cheaper knives, and this was just over the moon. And I've still kept it, but I've been very fortunate to have a lot of gifts.
I know which one you have, John. So,
yeah, yeah, it's my favorite. Favorite knife, favorite gifted knife.
Ashley?
Yeah, Ashley Custom.
Absolutely beautiful.
I just need to get that parcel back that's in the post into you. God damn it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Oh,
That
that's
is
gorgeous.
lovely.
There you go. Spalted beach again, yeah,
Stabilized, yeah.
stabilized
Yeah,
beach. That's
yeah.
just gorgeous.
You got it
Yeah,
right. Okay.
There's been many gift knives I've had that I've really enjoyed, but I think my most recent one is my most favourite at the moment.
Is it your Rough Rider cotton sampler?
No, it wasn't, strangely. That was actually my least favourite. My most favourite at the moment is this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That,
God.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
from that stupid fella, wasn't it?
Can't argue that one.
Yeah, the Irish Santa gave me this. I love it.
What a
too.
great gift, Paddy.
I hope you enjoy it. It is a beautiful, beautiful knife. Really
Well,
is.
breakfasted many times already.
Good. The nice thing about that is it's a one-off. There isn't another one out
Yeah.
there.
It's
Here's mine.
phenomenal. What do you got? Oh, that's from Randy, isn't it? The astronaut.
It was
Oh
from Randy.
yeah, I
Or the
remember
space
you.
shuttle, or whatever they want to call it.
Judd, what you got, Judd?
That's my Randy gifted this to me.
Oh, the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Craftsman. And I mean, without even asking, he just sent it. It was just the kind of guy.
I lovingly brought that back all the way from Florida.
That's right. Yeah. That was an amazing gift.
And sent it to me.
I'm
What was yours, Mikey?
You got me at all.
Mine was that GEC that Judd gave me,
Okay.
the little 49.
Right. Okay. We're getting close to the end. I can't believe we're going to make it through this. Just 4 questions left.
But we just skipped the whole bill then.
What's the better knife, a Sodbuster or a Barlow? I think you guys are going to say
Obviously.
Barlow.
It's a 50-50. There's no wrong answer there.
No,
Yeah, okay.
the Barlow was the wrong answer. The Sawbuster's better.
There's no,
Sodbuster
they're
for
both
Judd.
wonderful knives.
No, I disagree. The Sawbuster's fantastic. Barlow's way better.
Well, I mean,
The better
Barlow's
knife,
way better.
single-bladed Barlow, single-bladed Sodbuster.
To know that you're wrong. So I mean,
I've got a very simple answer. If you know, you know.
That's
Exactly, it's a Stockman.
It's a Barlow.
You can't beat it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong, really. But Barlow. We'll go with Barlow.
We go with Barlow then.
Yeah, Judd.
If you must.
What's the best characteristic of Rough Rider knives? I'm
Right.
saying the value. The value, right?
Yeah.
I'd say the quality.
Quality. Okay.
Consistency.
Consistency from Paddy. What do you say, Judd?
I'd say the value as well, actually, TK, and also the variety.
Yeah, variety. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the better of the lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Good
they'd be
God.
no good if they had really bad quality, would they? They can make loads of them, but if they weren't any good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there knives
Natural.
where you prefer synthetic handle material to natural?
No.
I would say yes, and that would be
I would say yes.
one where I'm going to use it as a worker all the time.
I'd say yes, yeah. Some are easier to clean and stuff and easier to grip.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
But that
the case body is better in synthetic than it is bone.
Yeah, it's better grip
Because
on it.
it's thicker.
yeah,
I think this is the only instance. Everything else, I would say, is natural's better.
That's a good answer. Got anything for that, Paddy?
No, it's wrong, but it's good. Yeah.
All right. You want natural all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Our final question, guys. What do you see for the future of Sheffield Cutlers? That's a good one to know.
Growth.
Okay.
I think if we all keep buying knives from whether it be Sheffield, USA, as long as we always think about buying a knife from those manufacturers, then I think they should be like pretty good. But if we let it slip, and we lose any more cutlers, there's no there's no cutlers coming through. So if we let it slip, then they're gone. It's that finite. We've gone from 400 cutlers down to 4, 5. So we've got to take care of them.
We've got Taylor's, Rogers, Buston, put those 3 all under the same brand, and Arthur Wright.
And Taylor's our witness. Yeah. So we need to take care of them.
I just think this is I really don't even like saying it out loud. I think it's a harder job than that. I mean, I don't think a few YouTubers are going to make a difference. I honestly think unless this fear of knives is changed somehow in our society, I just feel that we British have a great way of losing the best things we have by woke nonsense. And I think if it keeps going the way it's going, I'm sorry, it's just. I mean, I'm not even get political. No, I just think I really feel for them, because I think in 20 years' time, will we have the same 3 makers?
Probably not.
I hope so.
Unless the tourist market just keeps them going.
Well, it's all the people in the chat, which, I mean, there's only 5 of us here, but there's more people that are going to watch this video. As long as you think, right, I've got a spare 40 quid or $50, I'm going to go and buy a knife, and I might, just think about like a Sheffield knife.
Yeah, I agree, but we're not big enough to clear it. That's my thought process. We're not big enough just as YouTubers. I'm going to plug them till the day and hour I can stop doing it. I'll always plug them, but I just think they've got a really hard road. It's a thankless business. They don't make the money that
it's a tough job. It's a tough job. It's not well paid. It's been in a shrinking industry in this country for probably 100 years now. But I've been told that we are making a difference. So
I mean, I think that's, and I think we do make a small difference, but I just think the kids of today do not want to be apprentices that work in a dirty, sweaty, cold workshop for 5 years before they get a decent wage. That's hard. Right. You have to have some commitment.
I think you're right. Honestly, I think
it sounds horrendous saying it, but Paddy's right.
Yeah, I think it's more than that. I think it's doomed. I think we're seeing the last hurrah of it. And the best thing that can be said about the moment is that we're seeing some of the best work that's coming out of Sheffield in the last 30 years. And to be part of that, I think, is an absolute privilege. And to be close to it is an absolute gift. But it's not going to last, because Stephen's right. And it's all got to do with the numbers. This is all tied up in one generation of Michael and Ashley, and maybe Beth in Arthur Wright's, and then once they go, that's it, done.
But I don't think it's doomed. I think we've got a fight here. I think you've got 2 young makers in Beth and Ashley.
But
I don't think it's doomed. No, I don't.
Good for you, Mikey.
I mean, but the problem is that when Beth qualifies, every other trainee that has been taken through the shop has left. And then what do? You've got a 5-year gap before you get the next one. It's just so hard to keep somebody there. So hard. And I don't think it's impossible, but I think we're on a sticky wicket.
But I mean, let's put things into context. Okay. I mean, we're talking about the Sheffield cutlery industry here, okay, and the future of it. I'm saying it's doomed, but I mean, in the context of the wider scheme of things, so is the rest of the world. We're all going down the tube. So I mean, it's going the same direction as every other figure. So I mean, we're all screwed. So happy days. We'll all be screwed together.
I'm genuinely their biggest advocate that I know of, and I'll back them to the hilt. And I hope I'm completely wrong, but I have this just fear that getting the replacement workers is very difficult to find that are going to put out the same quality.
I think so.
You are talking about what was the Egerton group, which is now Durham Duplex, and Taylor's Eyewitness, that are much larger groups of knife makers than Arthur Wright. And then you've got a lot of the independents, such as Michael May, Shing's only down the road in Derbyshire, and self-made knives. There are knife makers out there. I don't think it's as bad as we see it is. I think it's still something that can be around for like the next couple of generations.
I think somebody like Ashley can be around for the next couple of generations, but as a Sheffield Little Messers entity where they're just making basic knives, basic steels, that's where I think the problem, because new kids on the block want fancy steels, and that's where the problem lies, is getting the new kids into it. And how do you do that in this country? I mean, I can't even get one of my grandchildren to carry a knife. Just can't get them to. And it worries me. Sorry, I put a Debbie Downer on this.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think it's important that you signify the importance of buying the knives and keeping them alive, because it is on a teetering edge, really, and you'd hate for it to go away.
I really would.
I don't want to always have to buy a secondhand knife or an older knife just to have something that we have only a memory of. I want it to be in the present. So
something that Justin said is, we are in haven't met. My alliance is just obviously with Arthur Wright, with Michael and Ashley and Beth, but we are in the best knife making, the best knives coming out of that little shop that I think has ever been. I think the quality of their knives coming out now is fantastic, and especially the customs at a price range that most people can put money away for and get. They're not going to bankrupt the family by buying a custom from Ashley.
Right.
So I'll keep doing it and supporting them, and I just want other people to get in there, help support them.
I'll be doing the same from across the pond.
I am doing my best to buy every knife that comes out of Sheffield.
And you're making a weekly trip there, so you're doing your part, Mikey, I'd say.
Weekly.
And he's introduced so many people over to the shop now too. That
he's got the key to the door.
You've definitely done your part, Mikey, I would say.
Oh, I'm only just getting started. I'm going to keep doing this. Yeah.
Yep. And hopefully there's.
I'll be going up as much as I can, but
hopefully Ashley can end up having more retailers over here in the U.S. That is a sort of a dream of some of the people we know, right? So
we are working on it, aren't we? We are working on that project.
Yeah.
I won't give up.
Absolutely.
As YouTubers, unlike a lot of other things that are on YouTube, other channels that are on YouTube, our size compared to most other sort of genres is very, very small. Very small. And that is, and especially, I mean, we're probably better known now for Arthur Wright knives in America than what we are in our own country. I don't know anybody.
I think also it almost have to become something of a, what would you call it? Sort of a dressing trend, or a trend of that men carry a knife more. Just your mainstream guy, right?
It's too woke at the moment. It's too.
Yeah, if you could get over that hump, that would help a lot.
Knife crime and idiot kids and stuff.
I guess what I was trying to think of was like make it become a fashion thing again, where it's fashionable to carry a knife.
Well, you're never going to be able to advertise that fact, are you? How could you ever advertise that now in this country, to like carry a knife when everything says don't carry a knife?
That's
the hard call.
The flea market I went to, the last one I went to today, the third one, it's actually one I popped into quickly yesterday, and the woman behind the counter went to go and get another guy that worked there because she didn't want to open the knife case.
Yeah.
Because it's knives. And we're talking about Victorinox knives are in there. This knife is in there. It's not like it's big murdery knives. I don't understand where all this fear, well, the Daily Mail, but I know where the fear is coming from. But
Yeah.
they're getting scared of the wrong thing.
I mean,
Right.
and there's funny that there was a stabbing not so long ago there where they went back and raided the bloke's house.
Yeah.
And they found a large chopper. But it was in his house. It wasn't. They picked on this knife lying on the couch, and they kept showing it. That's not what he used. It's lying in his house. It's legal. But yet, that's the main. Let's scare people by showing them
Yeah,
the big
scare.
chopper.
Yeah, it's
I think
it's
he
big
used
media trying to scare people.
I think he used a kitchen knife, but they
There's
showed
always
the
a kitchen knife.
chopper. Huh?
It's always a kitchen knife. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
kitchen
just
knife every time.
so. There was a lot we'll have to change to make that. In fact, it'll not be in my day. There's not enough time.
It won't change.
No.
It'll just
It
get
won't
worse.
change. It won't change.
It'll get worse, and then. But I mean, it's like small businesses all the way across the UK,
Exactly.
Europe, and the rest of the world. They will be eaten up and spat out, and
Yeah.
but that's the way of it. What we got to make the most of is the time that we've got with us, and we're living in a golden age at the minute. So I mean, let's
Absolutely,
enjoy it
and
while we can.
I'm in
Yeah.
love with every minute of where we are at the minute.
Yeah.
Having these channels and these people that turn up week after week to watch videos and watch live shows and stuff.
Yeah.
The knife community, especially in like the UK, has never had this much reach.
Never.
So we've got some like great makers out there. So if you've got the money, just go and buy like a knife. You know,
Support it.
do yourself a favour.
But can I
We're supposed to be winding this up 20 minutes ago?
say on behalf
Yeah,
of
we're
Paddy,
terrible at this.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
starving.
Can
All right, Mike. We will.
can I just say on behalf of Paddy's Potato Peelers and the podcast, thank you very much for on this show. I have thoroughly enjoyed this show tonight, and I
Yeah.
congratulate you. It was a great
Thank
show.
you.
Thank you.
You don't
Yeah,
normally see
yeah.
these two on a Sunday, so that's pretty good going. Oh God, Jud's raving, isn't he?
Sorry.
Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show because I know you're busy Sundays, Paddy, and I know that was
It's been
a special
pleasure.
treat for us to have you on. And Judd, too, also thank you. I know your Sundays are probably better spent doing other things, so just want to say
It's
thank
been
you
a
again
joy.
for coming on.
It's not a
And,
show I ever miss watching. I usually watch it the next day or late on the Sunday night, but I don't miss your show, and I love everything about it.
Well, that means a lot to us.
We
we try to entertain. Don't know that we always succeed, but we do try.
You do.
But that's going to do it for us. We are way over time, so I'm going to quickly end this. Thank you guys for everybody who came in. Thank you for our moderators. Thank you for our guests, Mr. Mikey Newman, Mr. Paddy Potato Peeler, Stephen, and Judd. Throw up them balloons, boy. Let's party. And thank you guys again for making the knife community what it is. We appreciate everything you do. And I want to say thank you to Joy, who came on this Discord just prior to us coming on here.
And Wendy.
Great to see
as
her
well.
and Wendy.
They
Wendy.
have now had all the money transferred over. I did it earlier on when we were speaking to them, and it equated to $4,507.
Fantastic. Couldn't go to nicer people. And Joy and Wendy, I apologize. I completely forgot. I had this show in my head all
They've
week.
unsibbed. They've unsibbed from you, mate. Sorry.
And my friends, knowing of my frail capability of memory, none of them reminded me.
I guess that was our fault. But
Elaine sent you like a message, I think.
Yeah. To what phone? Because it definitely didn't come to mind.
Probably on Discord.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. It's gone.
But that's going to do it for us, guys. We appreciate you coming, and we will see you again next week. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel. Thank you for coming to Thrifty Kniffy to check out the Slippy and Thrifty show. We will see you again next week. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.